All right, welcome back to Lucid Trading. This is going to be a special live stream. I don't know if people are already watching, but this is going to be a live stream for the Patreon only members out there. Let's see if it's actually going to work here. Hopefully it does. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I put the adverts out. No ads on this live stream, of course. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's see if we have some people coming in here. We've got 2 people here. That is awesome. I'm gonna give a notification to everybody out there. The Patreon exclusive live stream is up on Patreon right now. Feel free to join. Alrighty, see if I can grab the live chat here. I think everything should be working fine. Alright. Time to pop up the live chat. There you go. Chat in a new... welcome, Diana Turyanska. Welcome. The first person chatting here in the live chat in the first ever Patreon exclusive. We're going to do this more often. I think it's going to be interesting. Okay, so you can see right now I'm watching or looking at the Bitcoin chart because there has been some stuff going on here with Bitcoin. It is falling, right? It's falling gradually. So that's the reason I'm like so interested in Bitcoin at the moment. It's getting cheaper and cheaper. But welcome, Diana. Welcome, Renee. I think it's working. Yeah, it's only because I was afraid that the link that I published was going to allow everybody to come in. But thankfully enough, it's just for the patrons. Yeah, I've been very inactive on Patreon, or Patreon. I thought might as well do something back right now. So if you have any questions or anything you're thinking about regarding the stock market, regarding assets or anything like economics, just let me know. We'll talk about that. I think this is the right moment to be doing that. One sec, let me just quickly grab the live chat. I think I should just put the live chat on the live stream as well. You just got an email notification. Renee says they got a email notification. That's cool. Yeah, it should be the case. I mean, yeah, I think I posted earlier about this, that we're going to do this live stream for the Patreon. So I'm glad that everybody's getting notified. That's really nice. I'm going to just put the live chat here on the YouTube. There we go. Right, so this should work fine. Although it's a little bit blurry. Gonna make some room for from the chats. One sec. Alright, okay, cool. This should work. Now we can take a look at stocks and simultaneously look at the chat, which is kind of what we want to be doing here. Okay, so
Send it to.
Siri, please. Siri, don't. Alright, so yeah, is Bitcoin going to hit 60,000 soon? Good question. That's a good question indeed. Alright, so straight up, I'm going to have to say here, like, if we're taking a look at Bitcoin, you can clearly see it's in a descending pattern. Every single time it moves lower and it moves sideways. There's not a lot of strength. MACD cross was recently. RSI is almost neutral, but the price is barely budging. It's looking very, very weak. You can take a look here at the daily chart. Daily still sitting in negative territory. Does look like it's potentially going to see a dead cat bounce here. I think a bit of a bounce could be possible tomorrow and after tomorrow. But then the more important chart is that this weekly pattern with Bitcoin, that is looking very, very, very dangerous. Because, of course, this is an indication that we're entering a bear market for Bitcoin. So this could definitely be the case. We could see Bitcoin go down even further. I I personally do not think we're going to see 60,000 again on the short term. Down the road, it could be a possibility, but right now, I think for Bitcoin, it would make more sense for Bitcoin to potentially bounce back to the 55,000 if we get there, right? So 53,000 seems to be more likely, but I think it's going to pull down further after that. That's my initial impression of what has been going on here with Bitcoin. So that's all I can say about that right now. So check the live chat here. Welcome, Dragon Rise. Welcome also. Thanks for joining. Let's see how many people are watching right now. We've got 5 people watching. That's awesome. I actually didn't expect this, to gather anyone at all, because I thought that the notification of the Patreon thing, like people generally don't really get notified from that. But I'm glad people are here. But yeah, if you want to ask a question or anything, or just say anything at all, we can have a conversation about that. So feel free to do so. Link. Wait. Okay. So people want to see the link. Oh gosh. It's 1 second. I'm gonna have to share the live stream to people out there. For the patrons on Patreon, we are live right now. Yeah, I just had to copy the link to the Patreon post where you can access the live stream. Obviously. 1 sec. I think I forgot to do that. Very stupid. I should have done that in the first place. See if the link actually works. Yeah, it should work actually, yeah. What stock would you recommend for a long-term investment, Rene says. A long-term investment. Good question. Well, I mean, for a long-term investment, if I would have to pick one stock for the long term, it completely depends on how much risk you're willing to take. I mean, some people want to take a lot of risk. I think I would pick Tesla. I think it's a standard go-to stock for the long term. They're doing quite well. They're projected to be doing well for the next 10 years. So for the long term, I would say definitely Tesla. It's not the worst choice. Since I've been in trading, Tesla has been the stock. And they're projected to be very good for the next 10 years. So no shame in that, I would say. So yeah, Tesla would be a very, very nice long-term investment. But if I would take a little bit more risk, right? So Tesla's risky, but if I would take a little bit more risk, I would be willing to say C3.ai is a very nice, I would say, decade play, maybe 10 to 15 years. I do think they're going to be really, they're going to be killing it. Mainly due to the fact that they've got incredible growth rates in a field that's going to be dominating, right? Because AI technologies in the enterprise industry and just AI in general is the future. But that's the two that come to my mind. Of course, Palantir is a great one as well. But I think Palantir sort of is already sitting at a market cap of 40 billion. Of course, they can get larger. But AI is sitting at 6 billion. They could easily get to a market cap of 60 billion in the next 10 years. So I'm kind of looking at that one right now. Still. Dragon says, I love your live streams. You have really good analysis. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. That's really kind of you. I see. Put more. Yeah, I think honestly, like Tesla, you can't. It's very hard to find an investment that is better than Tesla in terms of like the amount of returns you're gonna get, and also like how guaranteed the fact, like it's very much guaranteed almost. It's like the EV market is massive, green energy is massive, AI massive. They're bound to really grow fast, and that's gonna, the share price is gonna go up with that. A negative catalyst would be if Elon Musk would maybe leave, but I don't see that happening. I think Tesla should be good for the next decade to come. But yeah, keep in mind, this is not financial advice. I'm just trying to give my educated guess on things out there. I will get more C3.ai too then. It's your choice, of course. I personally have a lot of C3, and I'm willing to hold that one for quite some time. Iggy says, "Hi Gara, I have been investing in a company called KOPN. Could you take a look at it when you have a chance?" We can take a look at it right now. Sure thing. Dragon says, "Do you think Apple will fall tomorrow?" Ooh, I think that's a bit of a short-term time frame. I think tomorrow, anything can happen. I could take a look at that as well. Let's take a look at KOPN at first, though. I think that might be nice. Copen. I've heard about this one, I think. Yeah, it hit the bottom here. Yeah, Copen is bound to actually, I think is going to rally quite nicely. Oh, I actually made a prediction on this one. Interesting. I said it was going to go down. It actually did go down, so that's quite nice. Yeah, Copen, this is the start of a bull rally. I think it could definitely see some more upside here. I'm probably looking more at that $9 to $10 range. I would say more. I'm just looking at 9.6, 9.5 as that topping out kind of mark for Copen on the daily chart. Yeah, it is definitely going. It was up 7% the other time. It's sitting at 8.4. Yeah, it is definitely, I would say, definitely in a great position. This is good. Very similar to this rally. So yeah, I think let's just say I could see Copen go maybe to this zone right here. Like, let me see. Roughly to the 9.5, maybe $10 zone. That's a good resistance, right? This has been quite good resistance. Historically used as a bottom, but now turned into resistance. Kind of funny how that works. So yeah, that's that area that I'm looking at right now, which is roughly a 15% gain from here. Then I would be like cautious, like, oh gosh, I don't know what's gonna happen here. Earnings is gonna be a bit of a gamble. Of course, I think it's a semiconductor stock. They have rather okay earnings. Yeah, I'm bullish on the fundamentals, but I'm just a little afraid that when that semiconductor hype wears off, the stock is going to take a major hit. But yeah, right now I am a bullish. I'm bullish on this one, as can be. Let's see what's happening here in the live chat. Oh yeah, so Apple. Is Apple bullish or bearish tomorrow? I'm going to try to get this one right. It looks like it's bullish. 4 hours looking bullish. So I'm going to say it's going to be bullish, right? It could go, it's like 50-50. Like, what is going to happen tomorrow? It's going to depend on the market, but it does look bullish. So, and we have earnings. Yeah, it should be bullish, right? So we should see Apple probably breach these levels that we're seeing here. I'm gonna say it's gonna roughly go to like 136 short term, so like that area tomorrow. I would say a 1% increase tomorrow is possible. That's what I'm gonna straight up say here. Just looking at the 4 hour chart. All right, let's see. Where did we left off? Awesome Alan 12 says, "Dang, I was hoping the live chat was on Patreon too." Is there no live chat? What? There's no live chat. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. Give me 1 second, guys. So just, I thought the live chat was there as well. Yeah, this is the first ever live stream that we're doing through Patreon, so I'm just gonna kind of check it out here. Oh yeah, so if you click on the YouTube button, it will take you to the actual live stream. But we have put this live stream on private. So yeah. So there is a live chat. You just have to click on the YouTube button, which is going to be right in the corner. Oh man, I really hope they would have the live chat functionality inside Patreon, but they don't. So I think people will find their way around this. Yeah, so if you're watching on Patreon right now, you can keep on watching on Patreon. But if you really want to like join the live chat, you can click on the YouTube logo, which is going to be right at the full screen little animation thingy, and that will get you to the YouTube page where you can join the live chat. But yeah, it's on private, of course, because this is for the Patreon only. Hopefully, people will find their way to the live chat. That would be really cool. Right, okay, let's go back to... there you go. Alright. Do you think Apple will fall tomorrow from Dragon Rise? No, I don't think so. Dang, I was hoping the live show was on Patreon too. You think Gold will do this? Seria, Seria says, do you think Gold will do good this year? Yes. Well, I think Gold is going to do good the coming years. Although it's all about like what's the entry price that you got in at. I think right now it's still sitting quite high. But I think over time Gold is going to do good. But I think right now it's maybe a little expensive. Sitting at the 1800 or something. Very close to that. If it gets to like 1600, that would be a very, very nice entry price. Let me check Gold right now. Yeah, like this bottom right here, the 1600s. Oh, nice price. Very nice price. We're also seeing a bit of a reversal for Gold. Let me take a look at the daily chart. Yeah, daily chart is already looking pretty rough. Weekly chart is extremely bullish. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think Gold is going to keep on going. Yeah, never mind. Looking at the weekly, I mean, this is a very strong indicator that we're about to see more momentum coming in for Gold. Probably because of inflation, it does make a lot of sense for Gold to go up here. So I'm probably looking at Gold, I think most likely getting back to that 1900 zone. Maybe even hitting the 2000s throughout the coming months. So yeah, Gold right now, it's looking, quite good, I would say. Not extremely good, but yeah, looking okay. You know, it's looking good. Renee. Oh, I mean, I think I just... Diana says, did you buy any ARK ETF? What is your opinion on ARK? ARK K. Thank you for that, Diana. ARK K. Let me take a look at that. Yeah, I do remember there was a massive correction for ARK K. It is still sitting relatively low in comparison to where it was sitting at. The Nasdaq has recovered. The S&P is sitting at all-time highs. Dow Jones is high. The Russell 2000 is, you know, sitting okay. So for ARK to be at this level, it's a little strange. It's a little strange, but we are seeing a very bullish pattern here. Although the monthly is looking kind of bearish still. Yeah, so I would say my opinion on ARK, because I don't have any ARK right now. Yeah, I think it's going to return back the coming months. I do think it's going to recover. Although I think it's going to take some time. It is going to take some time. There's a gap right there that's going to fill with the 143. Yeah, let's just say I think by June, July, it could be sitting in this range. The daily is not exactly looking incredibly bullish or anything. I think it's going to be trading in this kind of sideways fashion for some time as well. So that would be, let me just grab this horizontal ray. If I can grab it. There you go. It might actually trade in this range shortly until it breaks out above to this range in June and July. Now, why am I saying this? Well, clearly, ARK, well, they have a lot of these growth and tech stocks, and those stocks are doing quite bad right now. And we are going to have to see a shift in the market back to those stocks for ARK to actually gain momentum here. And I think that's going to be around June, July, maybe August, worst case. Right now, we're just going to see some sideways movement. But that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. But eventually, I think after we see some sideways movement, it's going to go back to this range. So I'm actually quite bullish on ARK. It's going to take some time here, though, let's say. Let's see. I think we were left at Diana. Iggy says, great, thanks for covering KOPN. No problem. Renee says, what do you think about Dogecoin? Good question. Well, I think Dogecoin, I would say it's maybe a little bit underrated because Dogecoin has the backing of Elon Musk, right? So whenever Elon tweets, the price goes crazy. So I would say, yeah, Dogecoin, as long as Elon pays attention to it, it will go up. But yeah, keep in mind, it's kind of like a bubble. It is a bubble. I mean, it's nothing more than that. It's, people are pumping it up, right? So the same way people pumped up GME and AMC, I think Dogecoin is kind of a meme stock or like a meme coin, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I personally have some Dogecoin just in case, if it ever gets to like $1 or something like that. But it's nothing really serious to look into. I think there is a pattern, Elon tweets about it, it gains momentum, and then it starts shooting up because people buy into it. But yeah, that's all I can say about this. Like, it's looking kind of bearish right now. Looks like it's going to keep on falling for quite a bit. Bitcoin is also falling, so that does make sense. Well, Ethereum is still bullish, so that's kind of an interesting thing happening there. Awesome Alan says, there's just comments. What a momentous occasion. Yeah, I hope they can integrate the live chat functionality into it. You said that you have to click on the YouTube link in order to join the live chat. Yeah, true. Empowering Physiques, welcome. Hi, Gara. Are growth stocks going to continue to run this week? I think, well, it's a difficult one. I think we're going to see corrections every now and then, just small corrections. But I think the rally is going to continue. So we might see like maybe it goes either flat or down every now and then. But it's going to continue. It's going to gradually, we see more and more and more momentum go back to small caps for the coming weeks and months. That's what I'm seeing. So where before, I don't know if you remember, before it was the other way around. We had we had more bearish momentum than bullish momentum. So we had more downside, and then every now and then you had a green day or two, and then you had more downside. Now it's the other way around. It's like, I think what's going to happen is like you get a lot of positive momentum and some down days. But there's definitely going to be more positive momentum, let's say, from here on out. At least that's what I'm seeing right now. You can see that what happened here in March, massive downturn. February, massive downturn. We're not seeing that anymore. We saw this downturn right there. But that was not a really significant one, and I don't think we're going to see one either. I think we've seen the worst of it. And we're heading to, some higher, I would say, evaluations. I think the Russell's going to reach an all-time high, and this could be in the middle of May, end of May. Could be sitting at 2,400, and that's going to push all these small caps much, much higher. Yeah. All right, let's see. Do you look at the hype crypto, Elongate or SafeMoon? These are just kind of bubbles fueled by lots of people out there. It's the same concept as with Doge. As long as it gets publicity, as long as people are hyped on them, they go up. But I would personally not get into those because at the end of the day, like, these assets could go to zero if Bitcoin would correct massively, because of course the hype would go away. So it's just very, very dangerous. If you really want to get into like SafeMoon and the other one, Elongate, put like a tiny amount, like maybe like $100 or anything like that. That's what I would do, like a small amount in case it goes huge. That $100 could become like 10K. But if it goes to zero, you only lose $100. So this is what I would personally do. Awesome Ellen12 says, before I start driving to get lunch, could you give an analysis on VYNE Therapeutics? I bought in a while back. Sure, we can take a look. I think I've already done an analysis on this, but that's no problem. We'll take a look at it again. Iggy says, what do you think about some of these SPACs out there, like FRX? I see a lot of them are back in the $10 range. Good time to get in. I think, this is my opinion, I think it's a great time to get into these SPACs. The market has corrected. We've seen major downside. We're getting great prices for great future companies. That's my opinion. It could go lower, but I would average down on some of these companies. Underrated Dogecoin. I think it's a little underrated, yeah, still. Because every time Elon tweets, it goes through the roof, so that's all I can say about that. Renee. Saria says, do you think it's a good time to start investing in bonds? Is it a good time to get into bonds? I think it's a nice idea to be diversified. I personally am not really. I don't really like bonds myself. I think if you have a lot of money and you want to preserve it, maybe bonds would be a great idea. But if you have a lot of money, right? Like, else I don't see a whole lot of. Why would you do that? You could better take some risk and maybe get some profit, like good profit. TLT. No, I'm not in favor of bonds. No. Iggy says that Iggy had to go. Okay, cool. Thanks for doing this, Gara. Keep up the good work and take care of your health. Thank you. And Baron Physique says, what is the price target on Palantir by mid-May? Okay. Okay, so I think mid-May. I mean, I've been wrong about this before, but I've been wrong about it because of... Well, to be fair, I did say that it could initially hit 26, drop down and hit 32. Well, that didn't happen because the demo day itself was not that exciting. But we had some extended negativity here. Mid-May... I mean, for earnings, I'm still looking at 32 to be my, that's my range that I'm thinking at right now still. That gap has to be filled. If anything, 31.4. Still thinking this is possible. I mean, if earnings is going to be crazy, like if we see that Palantir actually... if they have profits for earnings, that's going to be crazy. Like, the stock is going to shoot up, that's for sure. But we could get a nice anticipation rally for earnings, potentially hitting 31, 32. And who knows what's going to happen after. I think definitely lots of... one second, let me check the weekly chart. Yeah, I think it's looking good. Let's see. Yeah, but it seems like it's going to hit like 27, 28 and then come back. Okay, so if small caps and tech stocks become more popular now after the massive correction that we had, I'm looking at 32 and above. If that's not the case, maybe 28. But yeah, that 28, 32 range, I mean, it's still worth it. It's going to go up at least like 20%. So for the most part, most people would be quite happy with Palantir right now. The Lone Wolf says, how are you feeling about Tesla on Monday? Yeah, good question. How am I feeling about Tesla on Monday? I think on Monday, Tesla could... Let me check. I mean, I'm personally bullish on Tesla because I think earnings is going to be phenomenal. We didn't see a pop yesterday. Well, of course, Friday and Thursday, nothing really happened there. You know that car crash that we recently had with 2 people passing away? That had a major influence on the price of Tesla. But on the 4 hours, I'm seeing incredibly, like, that's a bullish pattern right there. RSI looking nice. We've got earnings, so fundamental catalyst. The stock is down recently, and we are not at all-time highs. And we have record earnings, so I think this should be a pop to the upside. Now, will that last? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a pop. It could get us, maybe, if we're lucky, to the 800s, and then sell off after that. Probably the day after, or... it depends also on like what Elon is going to say, because if Elon comes in with some incredible news, well, yeah, that's going to take the stock even higher. So, but I'm bullish. I think we're going to see a pop of a couple percentage points. Currently looking at like at least hit like 760. But I'm hoping for that 800 to be reached. It is possible. It's not unheard of that we see like a 10% pop. It's just you don't see that very often around earnings. Generally speaking, Tesla does go down on earnings. So that's the only thing that really bothers me a little. But I'm bullish on Tesla tomorrow. I think it could pop. Jill Batterton coming in and says, hi, Gara, do you think if there's a NASDAQ correction SP, would small caps go down again too? Yes, they're going to go down, but I think the small caps are going to go down less. I think that's what we're going to see happening. The same way the Dow Jones, I don't know if you remember, but 2 months ago, when we had corrections in the market, the Dow Jones went down less, at least way less than the other indices. We had the Russell 2000 went down substantially more. The NASDAQ went a lot more. But now we're going to see the same thing, but then with the Russell actually going down less, right? So that's what we're seeing, a rotation back into the high multiple classes. And we're going to see more and more downfall for the Dow Jones and the S&P, if anything, than the NASDAQ. You know, I think the NASDAQ is going to rally more. The small caps are going to rally more. So that's looking more positive. One moment. I'm going to grab my phone. Let's see. All right. Let me just stretch a little bit. Okay, so we had to also do an analysis on V, Y, and E. Awesome, Alan. If you're still here, then let it be known because then we're going to take a look at VYNE Therapeutics, or if somebody else wants to see it, we'll do it. But do let me know if you're still here. I'm just going to check the live chat here. All right. Guys, if you have anything you want to talk about, just message in the live chat. Let it be known. I'm going to also take a look at the Patreon right now, see if anyone is commenting there. Like if somebody's stuck there, not able to join. Okay, cool. Everybody is in the live chat. That is phenomenal. That's exactly what you want to see. All right. Grab the live chat here. Alan is still here with us. All right, let's take a look at VYNE Therapeutics then. VYNE Therapeutics, all right. Okay, I kind of don't like the fact that they're burning a lot of money. This is going to, like, this is going straight to zero. It feels like that. Like, I mean, the small caps that are going to do good are the small caps that have cash laying around and are not burning lots of money. This is the opposite, at least from what I'm seeing right now. VYNE, health technology, pharmaceuticals, lots of cash burning, very little revenue, small cap. Yeah. It's already bouncing. And if we take a look at the weekly chart, it looks like it's going to get worse. Like, they need a miracle here. Yeah, okay, so... Ooh, looking so ugly. It's looking so ugly. Okay, so if we're lucky... if we're lucky and the small caps are really going to rally here, I could see this one recovering a bit. That's if we're lucky. If we're out of luck, it's not going to happen. If we're lucky, it's going to rally back to maybe $6. If anything else, I mean, it's going to plummet even further. But yeah, let's just say that the small caps, they come back. This stock will pick up the pace again. Technicals will allow this kind of a rally back to 6. It's like a 18% upside. Maybe a little less, but it could happen. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Jill Batterton says, could you look at BNGO, please? Yeah, BNGO, we'll look at that right now. I'm actually bullish on BNGO. I don't know if you guys remember, but we were bullish on this one. It shot up to like $7. I said it at the $15 or $5, sorry. It was looking great at $5. It's now sitting at $6, 6.16 to be specific. I don't think this one has stopped rallying yet. I think it broke the bearish resistance, and it's starting to head up now. So yeah, I'm still thinking about this one potentially going to that 7.5. It would be really awful if it dropped here. Yeah, technically speaking, it did hit resistance. Let's delete this. Let's check the weekly chart. Still sitting quite bearish. Yeah, I'm still thinking bullish on BNGO. Probably get back to like 8. Short term, it looks very, very nice. We just need a little bit more momentum here, and I think it's going to get back to 8. But I don't think it's going to shoot up back to like 15 or anything like that. I think it makes no sense for that to be happening. So we'll see more of a sideways movement, but you know, it will gradually go to the upside. With yeah, I would say BNGO looking good on the short term. Okay, let's see. Empowering Physiques coming in and says Palantir end of April price targets. End of April. I'm gonna say like 25. I think 25 is quite safe. 25, 26. Somewhere there. Dragon says, do you think the cruise lines will go up to normal-ish NCLH and RCL? I'm so bad at this. I think the cruise lines are sitting quite nicely. At least Royal Caribbean Group. Perfect trend line. Look at this. Perfect. Yeah, it's about to take off again. I think this one definitely looks bullish. I think it could be hitting like 95 potentially. But if we take a look at the long term, taking a look at the long term right now, I think we're bound for a correction in the cruise lines, because I mean, let's be real. Right now, like they're not performing very well. Like they're performing really bad. People are buying into the cruise lines, hoping that they're gonna return to normal. We haven't returned to normal yet. Yet the price has gone up significantly. So it looks like we're about to see a correction where, you know, it might go back to like 75 or just in that range. Maybe move sideways for some time. But in general, I would say it will come back after that correction. We're just going to see it go back, like let's say a year from now. Yeah, I could definitely see it above the hundreds. Yeah, that's more of a long-term play. If we take a look at RCL or maybe CCL, which is in this list, I believe, CCL, looking quite similar. So short-term, the next coming weeks, months, we might see a correction. But long-term, I do think it's going to come back. I would say probably back to the 40s here with CCL, but it's going to take a long time. Let's see. Let's see. What about Neo? Can we talk about it, please? Says Steven. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Best wishes, Gara. Let me know in the live chat. Should I cover Neo? I'll take a look at other chats here. Jill said, thank you. No problem. Awesome. Alan says, opinion on Mara. My opinion on Mara. All right, cool. We'll take a look at Mara right now. Let's see if I can do that right now. There you go. Mara. Yeah. Mara. This is quite an interesting one. What really doesn't help is the fact that it had gone up like this similarly in the past, and then it went back down to like $2. Will that be the fate? Will that be the fate of Mara? Will it go back down all the way to the 3? Who knows, you know? I think this chart that we're seeing, this MACD chart, does not bode well for Mara. Generally, when we see this, we see massive corrections, like significant corrections. This is the same chart that I saw with Bitcoin a couple of weeks ago, and I warned about this. I said, guys, Bitcoin is going to correct, and it did. And of course, when Bitcoin goes down, Mara goes down. That tends to be the case. Yeah. Ooh, this looks so bearish. Damn. Check the 4-hour chart. This looks so incredibly bearish. You see the MACD cross there bullishly, yet the price is going down. You see that? You see that MACD line going up and the price heading down? That's not what you want to see if you're holding an asset. You want to see the opposite. Line goes up, price shoots up. That's not happening here. It's looking so incredibly weak right now. Maybe we have some bullishness on the one hour. Even there, it looks kind of weak. Looks kind of weak right there. 30 minutes, even on the 30 minutes, nothing. We're getting nothing with Mara. So let's take a look at like a time in the past where it moved like this. It was kind of right there. Didn't do anything. Right, so ooh. Yeah, this is kind of scary. I mean, the fact that it actually already breached that long-term trend, that's not what you want to see. I'll tell you that. That's not what you want to see in a stock where it's like breaching long-term trend. Well, it kind of did that. So I think on the short term it might bounce back because there is a gap to be filled there to the 38. Maybe we get that 38 gap fill. But earnings is going to be like in May. Maybe a run up for earnings and then sell off again. This is kind of what I'm looking at right now. This is considering what's happening with Bitcoin. I don't think we're going to see another swing like this because I think Bitcoin has officially entered a bear market. I could be completely wrong about this, but this is what I'm seeing right now. That's all I can say right now about Mara. Could you look at CTRM, please? CTRM and Zomedica are my only penny stocks. Okay, sure. Let's take a look at CTRM. Let's see. Neo, people want to see Neo as well. I can see that. Also, could you share your opinion on specs like THCB and CCIV? Sure. If you had time, could you look at Samsung? Does this look good on the long term? Okay. I actually want to start off with Samsung. I haven't ever looked at that one. It's on the OTC markets. Hopefully it's this one that you can let's see. Samsung Electronics. Yeah, this is obviously not the OTC one. This is the Korean market. Whether this is a good long-term play. No. I don't think so. I think it's already looking quite bloated. Considering that recent rally, I mean, that's just huge. I think it's going to go sideways. Let's check CTRM. Castor Maritime. Let's see. Yeah, we were bullish on this one. and we said it was going to rally. It hasn't quite rallied yet, although it has been pushing up higher. It does look good on the 30 minutes. That's nice. So we could see a bullish day maybe tomorrow. Like 1 hour's looking relatively okay. Nothing to worry about. Oh, there you go. 4 hour. No, 4 hours looking alright. It's not looking terrible. Daily chart is looking fairly okay. Although I would have to say one thing. There is no momentum in this one. There's nothing happening here. Like, we are seeing a MACD cross. RSI is gradually heading up, but the price is barely moving. It went up maybe 10% in a time span of like several weeks. For a penny stock, that's a little disappointing. But I do think the gap fill could be realistic throughout the month of May to hit that 0.7, which is, I would say, roughly 40% increase, maybe in the next couple weeks. That's what I'm looking at right now for Castor Maritime. Could you share your opinion on specs like THCB and CCIV? Yeah, we can do that. Sure. CCIV. Yeah, I have to delete this because I don't know if you guys know, but CCIV is getting sued. Lucid and CCIV, both of them, getting sued. So I think probably we're going to see it open up very bearishly on Monday. Probably maybe even hitting like $16. Although, okay, you know what? That's a little extreme. Let's say it's going to try to hold that 17.5. So grab the horizontal ray. It could actually saw off right to that 17. Now, why am I saying this? Because it's very negative news. They're getting sued, and they haven't even merged yet, and it's going wrong. So people are going to panic. People are going to sell out. We're going to see that happen in the price. It's going to fall. This is what I'm thinking right now, at least. Like, it's kind of my opinion here. Oh, and we were also going to take a look at Neo. Let's see. Can we get Neo right now? 1 second. Right, so Neo's sitting at 41. Yeah, I am so incredibly bullish on Neo. Like, where are the bulls? Where are the Neo bulls? I don't know what happened, but suddenly they disappeared. It's the strangest thing ever. Back when Neo was sitting at like 60, 65, everybody was bullish. I couldn't hear a single soul be bearish on Neo. And now no one. I don't know what happened. The hype is gone. Suddenly no one is bullish on Neo while it's sitting at 40. It's the same business. I would even argue that Neo is doing even better than at the time when they were sitting at $60. So, yeah, very, very bullish on Neo. I think Neo is going to reach 50 very soon. I mean, I'm going to take a look at the weekly chart. Right, so let's just project out, their MACD kind of momentum. Let's say this is the case. This could mean that by the time of like middle of May, end of May, this bad boy is going to be sitting at like at least 50. All right, like I think it's going to gradually recover back to the 50, 55, and we're going to see some corrections on the way. But yeah, Neo is looking so incredibly nice. It's unbelievable that people are not buying in right now. It's unbelievable. They are perfectly willing to buy at this zone, but right here, nobody wants it for some reason, which makes no sense. What was the case for Lucid getting sued? I think they made some promises that they should have not made regarding the deliveries. Yeah, the announcement that they made. I could easily see Neo at like 55 very soon. So that's kind of 55 is my target. Okay, that's my bullish target. 55. That's roughly a I would say 35-38% increase from here, which if that happens, we're all going to be happy. We're going to be very, very happy. Let's see. Jill says, holding the bag of Neo, $44. I mean, that's a nice bag. It's not bad. I think it's going to run up this week. I agree. I think so as well. I think I'm going to probably buy some Neo tomorrow. If Neo is not going up tomorrow, I'm going to buy some Neo. I am telling you, like, I'll be getting some sweet Neo. All right, we've got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left, and I just want to show you something. I'll show you one asset class that I'm personally very bullish on, and that is Virgin Galactic. And why am I bullish on this? Virgin Galactic right now. It's down so incredibly much. It hit $60. It's now sitting at $22. We've got earnings coming. We've got a fundamental catalyst coming, which is going to be a test flight in the middle of May. Generally speaking, 2 to 3 weeks before these events, the stock starts rallying. It went from 20 to 22. I mean, that's okay, but for these, the Virgin Galactic standard usually runs up 30%, maybe 40%. And I still think there's a boatload of momentum coming for Virgin Galactic. I personally bought in at 20, which is right here in this zone. It's now sitting at 22. Obviously, I'm up like 10%. But I think there's way more coming, and I think this gap right there at the 26, that is going to get filled. Not only that, if we are in luck and we see one of the massive rallies that we have seen in the past, we could see it run all the way back to like 32, maybe even 35, and well, that would be some nice short-term gains. So, yeah, I just want to say that I think Virgin Galactic is ready to skyrocket. All right, guys, this was the exclusive Patreon live stream. We've done an hour. Thank you for being here. Of course, thank you for being a patron on Patreon. Guys, without you, I would not be here. Like, legitimately, you are the lifeline of Lucid Trading. So I definitely do appreciate you guys a lot. I think we're going to do this more often. Probably, I want to do this on a weekly basis. So next Sunday would be the next time we would do this. And we could maybe expand this. Who knows? We can probably do that. And add some gimmicks to it. But yeah, this is the first time we're doing it, so was kind of interesting. Maybe next time I can improve it a little bit. But yeah, thank you for being here, guys. We're going to do the normal live stream on YouTube in a couple minutes. So if you want to join that, you can do that as well. We're going to be live there, and everybody's going to join in, and we're going to cover some stocks. All right, guys, have a good one. Good luck with trading, and I'll be seeing you in the other live stream. Have an awesome Sunday, and thank you for being a